To you by the National Bank, New Zealand's #1 rural bank.
Millions of dollars worth of livestock change hands every year in this country as farmers buy and sell according to the dictates of weather and markets. Deals between farmers are made on the spot. There are no written contracts and no need for any, because almost invariably there's a man in the middle. He's the stock agent. He knows every blade of grass in his district, and farmers seek his advice, trust his judgment, and call him almost any hour of the day or night.
Hello? Frank, how are you? Sure, I'll do that. I'll pick him up and I'll be out later on. Yeah, when we have a look at the ewes. Very good.
You go to the races, you go to a party, you go to a wedding, you go to the hotel. With someone there will come say, I want to see you, just for a minute. Come here, I want you. And he'll talk business.
Breakfast ready? Yeah. Come on, we're in a bit of a hurry this morning. Yes, yeah.
Where are you going today then?
Well, I'm going out to see Tristy to start with. And I'm going to go and...
Janine?
Now I'm going out to see Frank.
Will you be home tonight?
No, I won't be home for lunch. I'll be too busy.
Telephone bed. It's for you.
Who is it this time?
I don't know.
Oh, that was I've got to go have a look at those heifers again this morning.
Have you?
I'm going to have morning tea with Caroline.
I don't find farmers difficult to deal with. I don't know whether it's experience or age or what it is, but we talk the same jargon, we talk the same language. No, I don't find them difficult at all. Some farmers are a challenge, but not really, not all of them. You've got to have a very level-headed sort of a bloke. He's got to know his drill to start with. He's got to know his stock, especially his breeds. His time and experience will put him into the range of prices and markets. And he's got to be a pretty reliable, sensible, because the things he does involves a lot of money for a lot of people. And you can't afford to make mistakes in our job. We don't get paid to make mistakes.
As more of a freelance farmer, I, not sort of tied to any stock companies, anything like that. And in the 9 years I've been farming, I've probably changed 3 or 4 different agents. I deal basically on the personality of the agent, irrespective of what company he's with. And if I think he's looking after me to the best of his ability, well, I deal with that man. But it's different from, say, business circles in Auckland or Wellington or Christchurch, things like that. It's a matter of mutual trust. And I would think there'd be very, very small percentage of deals ever fell down through nothing being signed. A lot of farmers have funny little ways and things like that. And what might be a right approach for one farmer is completely the opposite for another farmer. I think that's one of the greatest things a stock agent's got to sort out, this type of approach to a farmer.
The stock and station industry is a commercial operation unique to New Zealand and Australia, and the 18 firms operating in this country represent a significant share of the business section in all our communities. But their activities aren't limited just to the buying and selling of stock. They're seasonal lenders to the farming industry as well, to the tune of about 140 million at times. So the stock agent sometimes has the boss along with him when there's financing or budgeting to discuss with the client.
The farmer doesn't want to take the risk of selling to his neighbour at a price that he doesn't think might not be the right price. He doesn't want to take the risk of his neighbour paying him the money. He might not pay him. So it passed over to a stock company, and the stock company collect the money from him and pay out the farmer. And we take our commission off it for commission earned. Some of the jobs are dead easy. Annual jobs are the easiest jobs to do, but the cocky doesn't like taking the risk. I suppose if we put $72, $75 on those cattle, we should be able to get someone to come and have a look at them.
Very good, yes, sir.
I'll have a yarn with a few of the boys tonight, Graham, and if I can get any contact, I'll give you a ring sometime tonight.
Actually, at fielding last Friday, these cattle were pretty much in demand.
Yes, I think most of the cattle at the moment will pick up a bit. We'll leave it at that, and I'll give you, see if we can, I'll ring you again tonight, I would think.
I'll come down and have a cup of tea now then.
Yeah, yeah. The price on these things we sell a lot of times, the cocky puts the price. We'll arrange a buyer to go out and have a look. And the buyer might think that the cocky's price is too high. And we will try and negotiate at a price to suit both parties. But there are a few that say, no, that's the price, that's for the lot, I'm not taking any out, as is, where is, and how is, and that is the price. And those times, we don't make a sale. What price range are you going to put on these bulls this year?
$800.
That's for the first pick.
Yes.
And what will the next pick be after that? Will you still stay at that for
$700 for the
next
half?
Next half.
Yes.
Oh, I still think they should be all right at that too. Right. Bring the other boys in. Good morning, Barney. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Fred.
Good morning, Scott.
How are you?
You well?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Very well.
Good,
Bit
good.
muddy and a bit damp again, eh?
Certainly is.
Yes.
Certainly is.
You've looked the bulls over, Barney. What have you got worked out with the job?
Well, Scott and I like 173.
173.
Yes, good dark skin bull, plenty of bone, and a good jaw,
Yeah.
and a fairly deep bull too. And Scott seems to think that that'll be the bull that he'll take.
Keith and I have had a look at the bulls, and we thought $800 would be for that bull, or 163. We thought would be worth that sort of money.
Yes, well, that was actually our second choice.
Oh well, if we could 173 would suit. That'll be right, Keith.
Well, you happy with the price?
Yes, that'd be very
Scott's
happy.
happy,
with
sir.
And that'll be the same delivery as usual, Keith, the first week in September.
Well, Scott will come down and pick it up with his own truck, I should imagine that, right,
Yes,
Scott?
that'll be correct.
Same as usual.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's very good.
Very good.
I think a lot of agents try and to dominate the farmer. We are there to do the farmer's bidding. We are to sell his stock. We're not to direct him at all. I don't think, and a lot of agents do try and direct the farmer to their own use, personality, or they'll use them too hard, I think.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Oh, you got a few up the race for us? Got any teeth?
Good. Look how much to find some.
We got a few.
Might do a year. How many have you got altogether, Frank?
167.
They all well in land?
Pretty well in land.
Oh, yes, I got a pretty good order too. Yes. There's one a wee bit lower. How many more like that, Frank? They're all in lamb to the down?
Yep.
Frank?
All down.
Oh, I wonder if we could just let them run out somewhere into another yard and have a look at them as they run out.
In there?
Into there, I would think. The bit might be a bit muddy for them, but... Yes, that sounds as good as gold, Lloyd. Ring Mr. Barnett and tell him that the bull will go up with the lambs tomorrow, and we'll drop him off at the sale yards at Hastings. Over and out.
Morning, Raz.
Good morning, John. How are you?
Not
You
bad.
well?
What the cattle like this year?
Pretty good. They should be very good. Morning, Max. You well?
A bit late this morning?
Oh, a wee bit late. Been held up. Too much telephone. Yes. Well, I suppose if you're ready, we better go.
Yep.
You right? You got your gears? Yep.
I'm employed by my vendor and my client to get as much as possible, realistically, to satisfy my vendor, and that is my only aim, is to satisfy my vendor. I must come back. I don't want to be a oncer. I don't want my vendor going to another agent and saying, oh, he sold my cattle too cheap. You better come and have a look at them next year. Our job is continuing, so we can go back and do the satisfactory job again next year. Of course, a lot of farmers, and they'll read 2-year-old steers made $120. They look at their own cattle. They've got no idea what the cattle were like. It made $120 in the paper, because I haven't seen them. They'll go out and look at their cattle, and they might be little wee fellas, they're 2-year-old steers, and they say, I want $120 for them. And you go out and have a look at them and say, oh, mate, you're miles out. Yours might be worth $92 or $94, but they won't be worth $120. He doesn't believe you.
Well, Jim, you know the usual story. They reckons a few smaller ones in there, and of the 100, they thought they might like to take about 15 out. Would you reject 15, and if we did that, we'd put the price up a wee bit from $90 to $92. Would you give them a rejection on the job?
Oh, at 92?
At
yes.
92, you'd do that?
Yes, I'd think about that.
Well,
right.
if you would talk that sort of talk to us, I think we could make a deal with this job.
Yes.
It's raining very, very quick. Hard. I'll just go and get these boys over.
Righto.
Well, Jim's quite agreeable to do this job this way. $92 if you're going to take 15 out, that's the story. The 85 at 92, not the lot at 90. So if you want to get a pick of them, you've got to pay a little bit more.
No, I think that's fair enough, don't you?
That's fair enough.
Seeing it, no, good cattle. I think they had a very nice line of cattle.
It's too wet to muck about, isn't it? You better come and see Jim.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Well, that's all right with these boys, Jim. If you take the 15 out, we'll pay you $92. That be all right?
Yes, I think
All right.
that'll do.
We better make that a deal, then, eh?
Yeah. Thanks very much, Jim. Nice
Yes.
cattle, too.
Good cattle. I'm very pleased. Thank you very much. It's too wet to stand around. How are you, Lloyd? Is there any increase in the beef schedule this weekend?
Yeah, 54 cents net for ox and heifer for local trade.
Trevor, Lloyd,
No,
Richard, how are you?
All right.
those are those valuations, Trevor. Better have a look at them.
This is another one of Bolton's we've got to do.
Yeah, that's the balance of it. the stuff that we missed out on the other day.
Oh, well, that should be easy enough done. I'll do that tonight.
49 to Dennyberg stock, over.
Dennyberg stock.
Yeah, Terry, could you get Trevor to pick up Miss Grant's TV from Johnson on his way out tomorrow morning, please? Over.
Yes, I'll do that. That'll be right.
Yeah, Roger, will do.
Thank you. 49 out.
Yeah, Dennyberg stock out.
Hey, how are you? All right. Oh, that's not the right. What did I do with it?
That $10 one.
Yes, I've lost it.
I don't like doing business in a hotel. We go there for pleasure, not for business. We go there to talk fishing, shooting, hunting, what we're going to do next weekend, rugby, where we're going to go and what we're going to do. And business sort of gets moved out of the situation.
If it takes any longer, I'll die first, okay?
I enjoy the job, I live for the job, but if I didn't like it, I'd find something else to do. But it's the job. If I wasn't a stock agent, I'd rather be a farmer.
If we look around the countryside, we see lots of old windmills, in fact, relics of the days when that was the only means of pumping water. But as electric power became available, the windmills became out of date. But it's not the energy crisis that prompted Jerry Dempstead to put his windmill in. It's about 1.5 miles away from the nearest power point. It was going to cost over $2,000 to get the power there, then he had to have a pump and a motor. The windmill cost $1,700 and it's pumping the water that he needs. To enable the farm's full stock carrying capacity to be used meant a lot more stock water. There was plenty of water available in the stream at the far end of the property, 1.5 miles away. This 14-foot diameter mill, standing on a 40-foot tower, driving a 3-inch pump, will put 400 gallons an hour through a 1.25-inch pipe to the storage points 150 feet up the hill. The mill can't over-rev in a gale, but it's governed down to a certain maximum speed. The tripod tower will also withstand any wind likely. On the other hand, it's so well balanced that it will turn and pump in the slightest breeze. This, of course, is the main driving arm which drives the 3-inch pump. When all the lines are full and all the storage tanks are full, there's a pressure relief valve in here which automatically fills a plastic bucket. This green plastic bucket is connected by rope to the mechanism which works the tail. When the bucket weight is full, it drops to the bottom, pulling the windmill out of wind. The bottom of the bucket has several very small holes which gradually let the water run out of the weight. After an hour or so, when the bucket is empty, it comes back up and the mill goes back into wind. One other water possibility for this farm is a local community water scheme which is planned. It will be in about 3 to 4 years' time. When it does come, to get the same amount of water that the mill is pumping, the cost will be about $450 plus 40 hours labour, and then $200 a year after that. So the $1,700 windmill has been going for a year, which has enabled the extra stock to be carried. And it'll be going each year for the next 3 or 4, by which time the water scheme will be in. At that stage, the windmill will have almost paid for itself.